Okay, so today what we're going to look at is actually a review, hopefully kind of a review for you guys from your electricity class. We are going to look at the resistor color code. You guys hopefully have already covered this, right? No? Well then.
No, I'm joking.
Oh good. You didn't do that yet? You didn't do the whole black, brown, red, orange, yellow. Green, not green. Blue. You'll see. Violet.
Violet and white.
Gray, white. Gold, silver, and none. Black, of course, stands for what number?
0.
0. Brown is 1. Red, 2, 3, 4. 5. I always remember 5. Green is 5. 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then the gold and silver are resistant or tolerance colors. Gold is plus or minus what? 5%. Silver is plus or minus 10%. And then if there is no band, it's plus or minus 20%. I thought you said you covered this already. There are some military grade tolerances. Brown is a plus or minus 1%. Red is plus or minus 2%, by the way. You don't see those in standard automotive tolerance bands and resistors, but for military grade, for high-tech electronics, you will see those. I know, but I'm putting it up there just so now you can say you've seen it, considering you've done so well on remembering the rest of your color code. So when we're dealing with these then, if we're looking at a resistor, there will be 4 bands. The first 3 are the ones that give us the resistance. In fact, the first 2 are numbers. The third one is the number of zeros, or the power of 10, if we're thinking of scientific notation, which really is kind of what we're doing here. Then the third one is a tolerance, which is going to give us a percent. Or the fourth one, I should say. And if there is not a fourth band, then it's a plus or minus 20%. So let's say we have a... Well, let's actually do the colors. How's that sound? Since it looks like my color is showing up today. Pretend that looks silver. That's a gray. Kind of a silver almost, with all the metallic. So looking at this, what does the red stand for? Red is 2. Green is 5. Orange is 3. Now here, remember, these first 2 are numbers. 2 and 5 are 2 and 5. The third one is your power of 10 or number of zeros. This is saying I put 3 zeros on the end. So that's saying this is 25,000 ohms is the rating of that resistor. What's the silver here mean? Plus or minus 10%. Good. Everybody see where these numbers came from? Now this is a tolerance, like what we talked about last week. So it implies a range. To find what that range is, the first thing we have to do is figure out how big 10% really is. So 10% is 10 out of 100, which is going to be blank out of 25,000 down here. We cross multiply and divide. 10 times 25,000 divided by 100 is 2,500. So this is 25,000 plus or minus 2,500 ohms. So my range is going to be what? 25,000 minus 2,500, 2,250 ohms, to 25,000 plus 250, 2,700, 27,500. There you go. Thank you. The tongue just doesn't quite want to click into place. So let's say we have a resistor that has a range of 28,000 to 42,000 ohms. How do we color code that? Hold on. We've got to figure out what this is first. We've got to rate this as an ideal value or desired value plus or minus the tolerance. How do we get this center number here? Not subtracting. To get this one, we would subtract them. We would subtract them and divide by 2, right? If we were going to subtract these, we do 42,000 minus 28,000 would give us 14,000. Divide that by 2. This is plus or minus 7,000 ohms here. So that's our plus or minus. How do we get this number here? No. Well, you could, I guess. Yeah, 42 minus 7. Or you just add them together and divide by 2. 28 plus 42 divided by 2 is going to give us 35,000 here. Or you're right, you could take the 42,000 minus 7,000, or the 28,000 plus 7,000. Either way. So what we have here is 35,000 ohms plus or minus 7,000. But to color code it, we need this as a percent. So this is blank out of 100 is 7,000 out of 35,000. We need to figure out what percent 7,000 is of the 35,000. Okay, cross multiply and divide, we do get 20 there. So this is 35,000 ohms plus or minus 20%. So since Brennan's on a roll here, color code it. What's going to be my first band here? What number comes first? 3. What color is 3?
Yellow. Orange.
Orange. By the way, if you want to follow along in your book, page 200 has the color code listed for you. 5 is green. Okay, so I'll put green there. What would be next? Remember, the third band is the number of zeros. So orange, green, orange. Then what's my fourth band?
Oh, it would be silver. No, gold. No, freaking none.
There isn't a fourth band. Yes, it's plus or minus 20%, so there isn't one. They sometimes use, I believe it's, what is it they sometimes use? Shoot, I can't think of it now. There is a color they'll sometimes throw in there instead of just leaving it blank. It also means 20%. Little hamster isn't climbing all the way on the wheel this morning. Tell me what this one is. Give me the range of this one.
Gold is 5.
So gold is plus or minus 5%. Okay.
Oh, you want those numbers too? What color is the first line? Green?
Green, yes.
5.
5.
Second one.
Red. You really are colorblind?
Yeah, red's 2. 2.
Yeah, that's right. So what's that mean then? 522 would be 5200, 5200. Okay? Plus or minus 5%. So we've decoded the resistor. The range then is found by doing what? Okay. 5 out of 100 to find 5% equals blank over 5200. Cross multiply and divide. 260. Then what? Perfect. If we subtract 260, we get 4,940. So 5,200 plus 260. You should be able to get this one. There you go. There's my range. What do you think? Better than a sharp stick in the eye? What if color code this for me? 4 is yellow.
7
is violet. Okay. And then silver. Why would it be silver?
Because you went to it.
Now what?
Silver.
Why is it silver?
I don't know. I was going to use gold, but that's 10%. It's 1 0. I don't know.
It's blank over 100. It equals 470 over 4,700. If you cross multiply and divide, you do get 10. 10% plus or minus 10% is silver. These are ones that really you only learn them by doing them. So I'm going to give you some to do out of your book. How many you got your books with? A couple of books. In your book on page 203. Exercise 4.8. 1 through 29, I'll just have you do the odds for now. So I do want you to do these. Make sure you got them down. Bless you.
These aren't that bad, though.